Beryl's leftover moisture will impact western New York after all. I'm meteorologist Don Paul. Welcome to my podcast, Don Paul's Bits O' Blather on weather, climate, and Beryl's leftovers. Until today, Sunday, most of our extended range computer guidance was suggesting the remnant low from what is today strengthening tropical storm Beryl, which will become a hurricane before a Texas landfall very early on Monday morning. The remnants of Beryl's low were originally expected to curve over to the northeast and then to the east, staying well away from the Great Lakes. But newer guidance now takes the track of what will be decaying Beryl, no longer a tropical cyclone, well to the north and west of those earlier tracks toward the Midwest and the Western Great Lakes. What that means is eventually we get some of the tropical moisture, not the wind, but some rainfall. But before we get there, a beautiful Sunday's in progress with a good amount of sunshine, pretty comfortable dew points, not bone dry, but only moderate humidity. It may feel warmer to some folks, like me when I go on a bike ride, because of the absence of much of a breeze, but it is a little less humid than it was yesterday at this time. Temperatures reaching the low 80s, a little cooler at the immediate Lake Erie shoreline. And then on Monday, some heat returns. Not excessive heat, but we'll be heading up to the upper 80s with humidity climbing just a bit. The dew points climbing to the low to maybe mid 60s during the afternoon. And again, with light winds, those upper 80s are going to feel, to many of us, like me, hot. Then, as we get into Tuesday, the remnant low of Beryl, which will produce torrential rains in East Texas with real flood potential into Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma, maybe southeast Missouri. Um, the remnant low, decaying as it is, will begin to make its move toward Indiana and toward the Midwest, and that will increase clouds. Dew points will be coming up on a pretty steamy Tuesday, mid and upper 80s, increasing clouds ahead of Beryl's leftovers. Later Tuesday night, a few showers could be developing, but as this remnant low moves closer on Wednesday, scattered showers and thunderstorms will become more numerous, especially in the afternoon heating. With more cloud cover, temperatures won't be that warm, but the humidity is going to be quite sticky. Now, current indications, which could still change, are not indicating truly excessive rainfall for our region from this remnant low. But there could be some isolated downpours, summertime convection. Typically, coverage is very uneven, and on and off showers and storms will linger into Thursday. So we are going to have to keep an eye on that for at least a low risk of isolated urban or even flash flooding in a few spots. This does not, at this point, look like widespread steady rain, but showers and thunderstorms. And they could be rather numerous at times because there's going to be an abundant supply of tropical moisture. Some drying developing by Friday into next weekend, but the earliest signs are next weekend will be on the steamy side with temperatures recovering to the mid, maybe upper 80s, and can't yet get a handle on any shower or thunderstorm chances, but there are no systems currently showing up that would give us washout conditions either weekend day next weekend. But this weekend finishes strong, and again, I'm going to be monitoring the progress of Beryl and newer track forecasts. For those of you with interests in Texas, it appears that Beryl will start to undergo more rapid intensification this afternoon and this evening. So while it starts the day as a tropical storm which had weakened a great deal over the Yucatan Peninsula, and then due to some wind shear and dry air, conditions are going to become much more favorable Sunday afternoon and evening for intensification into at least a Category 1 hurricane. There's at least some chance it will reach Category 2 intensity. But the greater threat, once it makes landfall, could be its slowed forward motion, giving it the opportunity to put down flood-producing rains in East Texas, those other states I mentioned, maybe Northwest Louisiana, Southeast Oklahoma, a lot in Arkansas, maybe parts of Tennessee. And then as it continues to move to the north and northeast, its heavier rains will continue to make progress to the north and northeast. That makes sense, doesn't it? Anyway, that's the latest we have on this podcast episode, and I will keep you updated as necessary during the week on social media and here on my podcast. Please share, please follow.